Yeah, good morning everyone. Myself Mr. Naresh. Today I would like to discuss about one of very interesting topic, that is an energy conservation, utility of solar energy in the buildings. That it will include that there will be a concept of solar passive cooling and heating of the buildings. So that we are going to be discussed very effectively in this session. So if you see here, there will be an introduction to the energy conservation. That what is meant by energy conservation: the use of energy resources to reduce the wastages. We are going to be called it as an energy conservation. And that importance, we are going to be discuss that reducing the energy cost, enhancing the sustainability and minimizing the environmental impact. And also that role in the buildings, that optimization designs to reduce the dependencies on, there will be an artificial heating and cooling is there. So I want to explain here. So here there will be a lot of energy we are going to be utilizing, and it is going to be affecting that environmental. Especially I will give one example regarding, if you want to run any industries, it's going to be consuming a lot of solar energy, or otherwise the thermal energy or maybe electrical energy. So likewise, if utilizing these energies heavily, it going to be contaminating environmental, and also it going to be affecting the there will be a water bodies are existing over there. So likewise, there will be a problem is going to be existed. That's why what is happen, we need to focusing on the energy conservations. That means we need to save it. If you want to construct any building or if you want to run the industry, we need to save that total thing. And it's also going to be affecting the total cost of the production, and as well as the energy amount we are going to be spent for energy utilization. And also it's going to be enhancing the sustainable development, and it's going to be minimizing that environmental impact. That's why we are going to be study about the energy conservation techniques. And then also we are going to be designing optimizing designs to reducing the dependency on the artificial heating and cooling. And then coming to that, next one here will be a utilization of solar energies in the building. So here if you see here, there is a passive solar energy and active solar energy utilization. So in the there will be a next one. If you see here, if you utilizing the solar energy in the building, it's going to be reducing the carbon footprints. That means air pollution is going to be reduces, and also water pollution is also going to be reduces. Likewise, we are going to be discussing about there will be a these things are is going to be existed. And the next one is cost saving in the long term energy utilizing, and enhancing the comfort through natural and heating is going to be there. Enhancing the comforts through natural heating and cooling techniques is also there here. So likewise, next one, if you see here, there is a concept of solar passive cooling. Then if you see here, the solar passive cooling and the utilization of building orientation and the materials to reduce the heat gain. And if you also see that there will be a orientation. So if it is in a east direction, if you are going there, it going to be have a more heat is going to be getting. Or otherwise, if you place in there will be a direction maybe of west, or sorry, east, then sorry, west, and then you got a more solar energy. But instead of you are going to be placing in the north and south, we are getting the less energies only. So likewise, we got a more heat gain by orientation of the building. So that is also going to be utilizing here. And the next one is the techniques I am going to be discussing. There is a shading devices. That means we are going to be taken into the account, that is trees and green roofs. And it's also next one is ventilation strategies. So we are going to be providing a good ventilators and cross ventilations, and stock effect is there. So likewise, we are going to be provide following the ventilation strategies. And coming to that next one, there will be a thermal mass. We are going to be providing that absorbing the heat energy into the walls and floors, and storing the heat. So likewise, we are also going to be focusing on the thermal mass and reflective surfaces and cooling roofs. So likewise, we need to utilizing any reflective surface materials to construct that, and at the same time we need to make them utilizing the cooling roof into the considerations. Then the next one is the concept of solar passive heating. The utilization of solar radiation, there will be radiation to maintain indoor warmth, and the techniques we are going to be discussed, the proper building orientation, that we are having a good ventilation. If you see that south facing window in the north hemisphere, so that we got a good ventilation and heating we are getting. So there will be a next one is the thermal storage of the walls is also there. There will be a direct and indirect solar grain systems we are going to be included, and insulation of walls and windows to prevent the heat loss, that is also going to be keep into the considerations. I will give one examples regarding there will be a if for example there is a cavity wall, so in the cavity wall we are going to be constructed to reduce the heat one. So likewise we are going to be utilizing installed walls and windows to prevent the heat loss. And then if you see here, there is an advantages of the solar passive techniques. So in the advantages of solar passive techniques, here reducing the dependency of fossil fuels. So then automatically what is happen, we stop the fuel usages. We are going to be like nowadays we are going to be utilizing more number of electrical vehicles instead of fuel vehicles. So likewise we need to stop the utilizing the fuels, and then automatically what is happening here, there will be a reduction of usage of the oils, so that we are going to be reducing the dependency on fossil fuels. And the next one is low maintenance cost when compared to the active systems, because it is very cheap and best, and it is also available very highly. So that when compared to the other systems, it is very low maintenance cost, it takes place. And the next one is improves, there will be an indoor air quality and comfort. And then here what is happen, the contribute to sustainable development and green building standards is also going to be there here. And the next one, if you see here, there is a case studies on solar passive design. So that Indian green building control, there is an IGBC, we are going to be certified the structures. There will be next one is sustainable housing in Jaipur, so example of passive cooling in a heating climates. And the next one is Stromway walls applicable in the Ladakh for cold climates. Likewise there will be these are the case studies we are going to be seeing to passive solar design, and then to reduce the heat, all those things. And the next one, if you see that the future trends in the solar passive agriculture architect, so that integration of AI and IoT for automated solar control, then automatically it's going to be getting the more efficient to power generation, as well as the power loss of controlling the powers also. And the next one is smart sliding systems and also adaptive face gates are we are going to be utilizing. And the next one is sustainable building materials with enhancing thermal properties, that is also there. So I want to explain one of that. For example, if you interlink with the AI and IoT, and then here there will be a lot of efficiency we are getting, because they are going to be monitoring, they are going to be control everything. So likewise we got a more efficiency here. And the next one is the sustainable building material with enhancing thermal properties. That means we are going to be very good quality of material to get the thermal properties. So likewise we have future trends in the solar passive architecture. And coming to that, the next one, there will be a conclusion I want to give. The solar passive techniques. So what are the solar passive techniques are there? So we are going to be utilizing there is the solar passive techniques to provide energy efficient solution for the buildings, and then a proper design also we are going to be taken into the consideration. And then we are seeing that material selection or key maximizes solar key benefits, because if you are utilizing least materials or cheap material into the constructions, and then automatically what is happen here, there will be a reductions in the there will be a heat is going to be consuming is more, and then automatically that our objective is not going to be satisfied. And then if you see here, there will be a implication can be leads to a long term economic and environmental gains is going to be takes. And then long term economic gains, we are getting that lot of benefits if you are going to be select the solar passive energies utilization in the buildings. And then we are going to be seen here. And then if you see that the next one I want to discuss here, that I want to summarize it again here. These are the references are there. So if you see here, there will be references, Bureau of Energy Efficiency guidelines we are going to be taken into the consideration, IGBC green building standards we are going to be taken into the consideration. And the next one is research papers on solar passive cooling and heating techniques we are going to be taken into considerations. And then I want to summarize the topic one more time regarding what is the main highlighting points of this topic. If you see here, there will be a main one, we got an energy conservation. That means we need to save the energy, and that is a main concept. We need to save the energy. So that energies are different. So but here we are going to be taking a solar energies into the considerations. Maybe those solar energies are two types here, that is for maybe passive energy or maybe active energy. So coming to that, here the what is this energy is going to be utilizing for what, make them the cooling the rooms or maybe utilizing the rooms. So if it is in Indian climate conditions, here we are going to be utilizing the energies to make them cooling only. But if it is in a foreign conditions like America, if you want to take it into the consideration, and they're having, there will be a they want to maintain room temperature not in minus degree Celsius. That means they want to maintain some seasons the temperatures in that America it going to be fall down in minus degree Celsius. Even though in Indian some Indian countries also some areas they are getting the minus degree, but every severe factor in the American countries the minus degrees. If you want to make them room temperature control, then we are going to be utilizing this kind of energies into the. Then next one is, now you got the what is an energy conservation, and then what is a solar energy, why they are utilizing, you got the concept here. And then if you see here, there will be a energy, that what is happen, that importance why we are going to be it is reducing the cost and enhancing the sustainability and the minimizing the impacts. That is the only one thing, and it's also going to be utilizing for optimum design to reduce there will be a dependency of the artificial heating and cooling. And the next one, if you see here, there is an so passive and active solar energies. So what is a passive and active energy we are seeing here? There is a solar passive. So I want to utilizing the orientation, that materials to reduce the heat. That means direct energy, the direct energy we received from the atmosphere, and that is called the solar passive. And then what is an active energy? The energy is going to be stored in the building materials. It comes under there is a passive solar active energy. It is also going to be designed. That is about the passive and the heating. And the next one is, if you see here, there is an examples. So what is the examples, how this passive solar passive heating is going to be takes place? So orientation, the south facing windows into the north hemisphere. Likewise, thermal storages in the wall, and direct and indirect solar gains in the system. And next one, installation walls and windows to prevent the heat loss. Likewise, you have any things. And the next one is, if you see here, there will be advantages. Why do you, already we are depending upon the oils to run the vehicles, but if you are adapting this kind of techniques, we didn't want to depending upon the oils, we are only depending upon the electricity which is generated from the solar passive techniques. And then when compared to the other sources like fuel, if you are placing the fuel, nowadays it is almost 100 rupees per liter. But if you want to run the vehicle, that mileage of the vehicle is 15 kilometers or 20 kilometers. It may varies from based on the vehicle size and its company. But what is happened, if you are placing the solar power energy, so maybe it takes 4 to 5 rupees into the consideration for 1 kilometer, or maybe in the or maybe 20 kilometers, it leads to only what is happened less than 50 rupees it going to be takes place. That means very cheap and best it was actually. And the next one is, if you see that that we are excluding the oils, or we are importing as an Indian country, we are importing oils from various countries like Russia or Iran. So likewise, we are depending upon other countries to get these oils. But if you are going to adopt these solar passive techniques into the vehicle field, then automatically that imports is going to be reducing. Then automatically our rupee value is going to be increases when compared to the dollar. So likewise, we have more important is there in that here. So thank you once again for listening very patiently. If you have any doubts regarding in the classroom, I will clarify. Thank you.